Hello dog lover, it's Tamara Linan with the Starving Dog Action Pack and TouchBaseTuesday.com. I typically go live on the Starving Dog page. Today I chose to record this particular message so that I could have time to type up the comments that you'll see above and below to help articulate what it is I'm trying to speak of today. Happy Touch Base Tuesday Eve. It is Monday. I wanted to share a very difficult journey some of my friends have had to be on. And I imagine it's a journey that some of my family members had when I was 5 years old, in the hospital with Kawasaki syndrome. Now, it wasn't really a disease they understood back then. I had a friend of mine, several friends actually, whose children have had struggles, whether be cancer, having a shunt, just premature. I've watched several of my very good friends go through the difficulty of managing their life with that of a child who is gravely ill, and that may or may not make it, or sitting next to a child they know is very much on borrowed time. My friend called a few months ago, really upset. Her child was in the hospital again, and she overheard, a nurse making a very cold kind of comment of how she seemed to be taking it too well that her child was sick. And this is someone who doesn't show emotion to a lot of people. A lot of us are that way when we're trying to deal with a trauma we don't understand, or we can't afford for someone we love to see that, we're struggling or that we're dying inside as well. I will tell you, as someone who is on the chronic illness side, what I've noticed the most is chronic illness is harder on the friends and family than it is the actual sick person most of the time. They want to help and they can't, and it's very frustrating to not be able to help someone you love or feel like you're failing your child because you can't fix what's going on with them. So I'm going to share something I wrote very special with you, because I really need folks to understand. I need to stop judging people dealing with chronic illness. They need to stop judging people for a place they've never been themselves. Until you have watched someone start to deteriorate and get sicker and sicker and sicker, until you've had to sit next to your child that shouldn't be here for as long as they have been, so they don't know what the prognosis is because they're surprised they've been here this long. You can't expect them to be falling apart and crying and doing those things all the time, because it's just not fair to how they're really feeling. These folks don't have the luxury sometimes to be upset. They don't have the luxury of breaking down, because once they do, they fear they will never get back up, and they need to stay standing to support the one going through. So I'm going to share something with you, and hopefully this will impact. This is for something very private. I share very little of what I write with folks. My writings in the past have upset people, and sometimes they're just things I need to get out that necessarily just because I need to get them out doesn't mean other people need to hear them. So please bear with me when I get through this for you guys, because this is a very important message. So, that woman is smiling. Does she not care about her child at all? She tries not to hear, whispered, as she makes her millionth trip down that very lonely, long hospital hall. At 6 a.m., he begins to scream, "Oh God, please wake him from that horrible dream." At 6:30, the wave of vomiting begins to fall. She wonders if there really is any God at all. At 7 a.m., there are 3 others at home counting on her not to drop the ball. At 7:30, she calls to make sure nobody missed the bus, to find out her daughter went to school without her hair brushed. At 7:45, her heart is still breaking. Isn't there anyone left she can trust at all? Her husband has checked out, and she fights back the one single tear that she cannot afford to allow to fall. At 8 a.m., she thinks to herself, when's the last time I ate? But another machine starts beeping, so it's her health that has to be placed back upon the shelf. The gong on the clock tells her it's almost 1. Where did I go? Oh shit. What is there still left to be done? So she braces herself for what this day still tragically may become. At 3 p.m., once again, she has to hold her son down. This is not something he deserves. Please, God, he hurt so bad, and he's not even grown. Please, 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 God, let me take his place. Just let me wipe the pain off of his face. Oh, please, nurse. Oh, please, nurse, watch over him for me. Please don't cry, son. I promise you. Mommy will only take a few seconds to pee. There goes yet another whisper, asking, how very cold is she? How could they question there isn't a place she would much rather be? Now that I've let you listen to the thoughts inside her head, while sitting beside her child's hospital bed, please accept the smile upon her face as a lie, because losing him means part of her will also die. Don't judge people by their reactions. Yes, in some cases, unfortunately, lack of reaction shows no empathy for people who aren't sorry for some horrible crime they committed. But there is also a population of individuals that show no emotion because they can't afford to. It's not a price that they can pay so that they can get through another shitty day. And I didn't make that right on purpose. It just came out. But there's a lot of folks out there dealing with pain and tragedy that none of us will understand. My pain is much different from others. And certainly isn't the pain of watching a child be sick. I'm very blessed. You know, my child was born with a hole in her heart, but in all intents and purposes has you know, had a very healthy life. And I was told, you know, the hole in her heart, she eventually outgrew. But so I've never had to go through that. But I will tell you from watching the friends of mine that have gone through that, I don't think that's a burden I would carry as well as they do. In fact, I know it's not. And to think them weak or uncaring is a tragic misjustice. It's a tragic, it's just tragic that you presume that they don't care or that you would handle it differently. Please go out there, be kind to one another. Remember, you don't always understand what it is others are going through. We appreciate all your support here at the Starving Dog. We have a great guest tomorrow on Touch Base Tuesday, and we will talk to you guys real soon. And please reach out if you know of anyone that needs help with services or just isn't sure who they need to talk to. Please have them reach out to the page. We will find them resources wherever they are. We will get them, you know, the flashlight in their time of darkness, because the darkness is not a place anybody should have to come out of alone. And we can't get to them if we don't know they're out there. So please share this message if you think it appropriate, and if you believe in what we're doing. Please make a comment and share this, and start taking a little deeper look at people, because you'll probably find you don't know them as well as you think you do. My name is Tamara Linan with the Starving Dog Action Pack and TouchBaseTuesday.com. And remember, don't become the starving dog. God bless. We'll talk to you guys later.